Good morning. What's up, my little sugar wiggers? How y'all doing, my beautiful butterflies? Baby, everything is running this morning. It is freezing cold here in Houston, Texas. I will not get a snowman. I did not get any ice cream. And it's 32 degrees, which is freezing. And I'm glad I got the opportunity to be inside. Thank you, Lord. Give y'all a few minutes to come in. And we're going to have some fun over here this morning. We're going to talk about a lot of things. So come on in. Bring a friend. Hit that like button. Get your coffee. Look at Elaine. What's up, Elaine? How you doing, sugar? Huh? It's a real pretty day here. But it's cold out there, Elaine. You don't live that far from me. You're on the north side. I'm on the south side. So I'm sure it's colder over there than it is over here. What am I doing? Waiting on y'all to come in. That's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to give myself and y'all a few minutes to get it together. And we're going to go from there. Okay. So, good morning, everybody coming in. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Please hit the like button. Bush Watchers, thank you for coming over and sharing in this live this morning. I'm good. Yes, it's still cold and the snow is still on the ground. It ain't here, Elaine. It's just around the edges of the pool. Like yesterday it had kind of covered all over. It's gone. I went out yesterday afternoon to the store, pick up a few things, and the roads are just slushy and mushy and people slipping and sliding all over the roads. And I'm like, baby, let me get myself off the road. I'm having problems this morning with this eye over here. I woke up this morning and I don't know what I got in it last night. It might be one of the lashes got in the eye. I done washed the eye. I done did everything, but it is what it is. What's up, princess? How you doing, sugar? All right, so let's start this morning by letting me tell y'all why I put it out on the community wall. And then I was like, man, I can't come out here. It was World War III out here last night. These streets was on fire again. So I was like, man. And it was just me coming out here. Everybody's wanting to know what's going on out here on YouTube. What's been going on for almost a week now. So I decided I was just going to watch it all because I'm curious as to even know how it got started. When did it get started? Who started it? And above all, why? So that's what I did last night. And Alex let me know, Queen, you got me over here waiting on you, but you ain't here. Then she fell off in one of the chats that I was watching. So let's see, who was the first person I watched last night? I think the first person that came, it was Brittany, because Brittany was on at the time I was coming on. So I went over there on her panel and told her, hey, I was coming on at 7 o'clock. I put it out there on the community wall. But being curious as to find out what was really going on, I was like, okay, I'll just stay over here. And then finally, I went up on her panel. And the other lady's name was Sally. I think she is Sally Gospel Singer. So we were just chatting up there with Brittany. And I've known Brittany for a while. Hey, Bama. And almost, she said, going on 4 years. I'm thinking more like 3, but that's neither here nor there. So I was talking to her last night, and Brittany will listen. That's who she is, but she ain't gonna necessarily go along with it unless she wants to. So it was kind of funny that one lady dropped in the chat and said, I think you're trying to change her. And I said to myself, you don't know me and you don't know her, because me, I ain't out to change nobody. You can be whoever you want to be out here. And most people do on social media. They come out and they be anybody they want to be. And if you knew her, you would know ain't no way that I can change her. She's very strong-willed and she's going to do what she want to do. So that live went on for almost 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken. And so I left there and I went to hear the end of Roz because she was on. And I thought I was going over there because, to my knowledge, yesterday was supposed to be the day that Bama was supposed to get the Cash Out party. So I caught the tail end of it. And right when I started watching, it was go to Day Day's chat. Peach was going to drop the tea. So here I go. I just follow the trend. I go on over there too. And I got over there and I laughed so hard. That was on Day's chat. And I laughed so hard at Peach because Peach pulled the wool. Where you at, Peach? You always talk about you in my bushes. I laughed so hard yesterday at that woman, or last night, because Peach pulled the wool over our eyes, y'all. Please hit the like button, and thank you. Peach got us over there. I don't know no more now than I did when I went over there. But it was funny. So then Brittany pops back on again. So I go over there and I listen to it. And that girl is a straight comedian. I mean, that should have been her calling, not out here arguing on YouTube streets. That's who she is. Good morning, go getter. So that was my night last night. And after it was all over said and done, because I was dressed to come out here and talk to y'all. I wasn't, that wasn't my intentions, but that's how plans change. And you got to be diverse to deal with whatever the weather. So after that, I went on, took my clothes off because I had already taken my shower and dressed to come out here to talk to y'all. And last night we were going to talk about, wait a minute, what happened here? Jeremy was hidden. What did Jeremy say? I don't know. Anyway, be careful of taking people out so fast, because I thought I saw something about he said he had a question, but he should have just asked a question, but that ain't no reason to really take him out. Let him ask his question. And then if it's not acceptable, take him out. Right, I thought the focus was to support Bama. It's such a shame why people lose track and give so much energy to nonsense than to help someone in real need. That was my reason for going over there. But then when I fell back into Brenda's chat, some lady came in there and say, Ms.V, they over there in that squad calling you an old hag. I bust out laughing, me. Y'all know how silly I am. I'm like, and so I've been called worse. It ain't never affected me in my life before. So I just started laughing at the whole thing, because you can't control what people say and do out here. I mean, I've learned so much about the people that are subscribers and people who are members of channels and the content creators themselves, and what they'll say and what they'll do and how they'll switch up. And it's too much. You know, it's way too much. I go where I want to because I'm fully grown. If I ain't grown now, I never will be. Very mature. And Nobody tells me where to go and what to do. I don't come out here talk about nobody unless I come out here on my own platform. I do not go in backdoor alleys and rooms and all that stuff. That ain't how I operate. So if I said it, you know I said it because I said it on my platform. Other than that, I could care less. It ain't my business. Hey, Barbara P, good morning. Ms.V coming out the bushes. What's up, Barbara P? What's wrong with Peach playing them games? I don't know. Peach, if you out there, baby, come on in. Folks got questions over here. I can't answer for Peach. I can only answer for me. All I know is Peach was funny to me. I was sitting in this chair like this, and I was listening to the whole thing, and I was like, God dog, Peach done played all our ass. I thought Peach was finna drop the T. Peach ain't told us nothing and went on about her business. I can't say it was a waste of time because I had a good laugh on it. It was very entertaining. Yep, I'm tired of him. He gonna chat with people talking about you. Oh, is that what he doing? Yo. Yo say, get out of here. Baby, I have fun over here on my channel. I don't know about nobody else what they doing, because I ain't watching them people, especially if they talking about me. Bam! Here I am. Go get her. Say people need to stop being messy. It ain't gonna happen. Go get her. It's not gonna happen. They gonna always have their backdoor conversations about you. What did we talk about? Gossiping yesterday? Was it yesterday? And people are always gonna have their opinions. Opinions are like assholes to me. Everybody's got one. The people are always going to be judgmental, and they ain't got no assignment from God to be judgmental, not at all. Nope. But they take it upon themselves. That's a choice that they make. So it is what it is. I'm past that point of worrying about what these people do and say. They had a life. They wouldn't be doing all that. They watching me, but I ain't watching them. That's how I go down over here. Me too, Ms.V. I go where I want to. You can. You grown. Go get a say. Peach got issues. I don't know what they are, but like I say, it was funny to me. I laughed my tail off because we got played. We all got played. If you went over today's chat to look at it, we got played because it was supposed to be her dropping the T. But if she dropped it, I missed it. Yeah, she made herself look crazy, say Barbara P. To say, friend is a real sniper. Yeah, you'll go get the ass because you'll be out here. I don't be out here like that. And she know it. I go into channels where I want to hear whatever they want to talk about. A lot of times I lay back in the bushes. I'm not going off in there. And I look like a fool walking into World War III. And I ain't got no armory. I sit up in here and look at it and laugh at it. Ms.V. Right. Ms.V. Some stuff I don't even know about. It's always someone come say, hey, they talking about me. I mean, I took YouTube last week. We just gonna start with last week. I'm not gonna even go back to the 2 years I've been out here. But last week, when all this stuff blew up, I looked at it as a spiritual warfare. I came out here and I said it on somebody's platform. And it was like God against the devil. That's the way I saw it. And those who chose God's spirit, they walked with him. Those who chose the devil's spirit, they walked with them. I ain't got no dog in this fight either way it go. I ain't got no dog in no fight out here on YouTube because I am not fighting with nobody. I am not a fighter. It ain't making me no money. I done told you now, if I'm going to be in a fight, I'm getting off in the ring with Mike Tyson and we going to discuss this stuff before I go up there. And I'm going to tell him, go on, hit me softly and let me fall down. Give me my money and I'm gone. That's a real fight to me. And I'm too smart to be out there doing that kind of stuff. But anyway, chillaxing. Good morning. Baby, you was rocking that hat last night. I love my hats, baby. Ever since I've been out here, it's headwear, sunshades. You know, from there, I do the dress behind what I got on from here up. Okay? That's been my life. I ain't changing for nobody. I am who I am. People get on that platform and say and do anything, dress any kind of way, look any kind of way, and that's their business. Over here, this channel over here is my business, okay? And if they don't want to watch it, they ain't got to look at it. I ain't going over there watching none of them saying nothing about me. That way, if you don't watch it, you don't have to respond to it. I learned that last year, okay? It matters not what they say. They're naysayers. They're going to say what they say. We've already talked about when people are talking about you and you're not bothering them, but they're bothering you, then that's their problem. Okay? Good luck on whatever you're trying to do. Hey, what's up, Miss Aretha? How you doing, homegirl? So that was like, to me, sheer entertainment. The whole thing, every channel that came on last night was sheer entertainment. But back to this week, it went from last week being a spiritual warfare in my mind to this week being a money grab. I can't see it no other way because it is what it is, and it was said on some platforms. It is a money grab, okay? I don't exactly choose to make my money that way. I've always been told to come out and work for it, which I did. So therefore, I can sit in my house today, this morning, and not worry about a damn thing. Not what nobody's saying. It does not matter to me. Say whatever you want to say, and that's between you and God. Y'all work that out, okay? Now and in the end. None of my business. So that was last night. That's basically what I got out of it. Nothing but pure entertainment. That's it, and that's all. So I'm sure it's not going to stop right now because wars don't just come for a day or two. When you're in a war, it can go on for a long time. I've had the opportunity to live through quite a few wars in my lifetime. The first one being Vietnam, and that was the most useless war, in my opinion, that we ever fought. A lot of lives were taken, and thank God, ain't nobody took nobody's life out here yet. But if these streets don't do a little bit better than what they're doing, it might come down to that because people's feathers are getting real ruffled. When you sit up and you listen to these people lie and talk about you and make you the subject of their commentary and all of that, and you be looking like gone somewhere. But I just feel like if YouTube would change their standards, like Facebook, do you see them over there on Facebook doing that? No. Mark ain't gonna allow that. Mark is at a place where he stands a chance to become a trillionaire real soon. We're going to talk about that. So do you think that he is going to have a platform out here making that much money? Because the bottom line is it's all about money in the end, or the lack of money. Do you think he's going to take a chance of, as a Harvard graduate, to let all this stuff go down over there? You see the same people over here, over there. with a whole different content. YouTube needs to raise their standards of what they will accept and what they won't accept. Because right now, people can pick at you and harass you and bully you. And it's okay. But the minute you go in there and you strike the hell out of them, they got a problem with it. But they've been saying everything about you all the time. That's why I take this stuff with a grain of salt and I walk with it. Because when you have a life, you don't care. And then every now and then, someone who is supporting the naysayers will come over on your channel and express their opinion. One woman came over last night and I told her, if you don't get your ass out from over here and get on back over there and believe what you believe, because you, baby, you bring nothing over here to me. You can't tell me nothing, not Nathaniel. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You always got your little expressed opinions. Again, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So take your little asshole back over there where you came from and stop coming over here. I don't want to talk to you. You want to talk to me, but I ain't wanting to talk to you. What's up, Miss Aaron? How you doing, my Texas friend? So that was last night. But let me tell you something. I read some stuff. Now this is people who are really making money in the world. Hi, I'm new here. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Also, come on in, Matt. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. It's free. It's far away from YouTube. And ain't nobody out here talking about what's going on in the real world. So I was asked by one of my subscribers, did I see, thank you, Matt, Elon Musk. Elon is running the country right now. I mean, Trump is our new president, okay? But it's just like out here on YouTube, behind closed doors. This man is running this country. Hey, in his service, you finally called me. Thank you, sugar. Come on in. And he started off with his brother. They started off very, very small. This man came from South Africa. I didn't know this till I started reading about him. I wanted to know how did he make his money? Where did he come from? Because I didn't know that much about him. He just like, he popped up on the scene and he was here and he was a billionaire. So he started out with Zip 2. Licensed by a newspaper or several newspapers. He didn't have very much money when he came from South Africa. $28,000 that he borrowed from his daddy, and he and his brother started Zip 2. He turned around and he sold Zip 2 to Compaq. And that's where he made his money. Compaq paid him $341 million. That was the beginning right there. I have to give him credit for being a very, very smart businessman, because usually when people get a little bit of money, hey, Sting, they don't spend it wisely. They're either so far behind on their bills until they use the money to catch up. Thank you, in his service. Let me heart you. Thank you for the donation. And Happy New Year's to you also. They usually take the money, whatever little bit they get, and they so far behind on their bills, they got to take the money to catch up on the bills. Or either they take the money and they use that money to try to make more money, but they do it gambling. And that's not a good thing to do, because anytime you're gambling, playing the lottery, whatever, it's a chance you're going to win, it's a chance you're going to lose, but the odds ain't in your favor. If it happened to hit, it hits. That's what gambling is all about. Ain't no strategy to it. You should have sense enough to know that the people who run the casinos got it set at a certain point when they make the money that they need to make off of that machine or off that table. Then you might be able to win a little money. And you don't know who's at those tables with you either. How that could be rigged. Because a lot of things in life are rigged. Okay? They really are. So I've never wasted my money on gambling. It ain't a sure bet for me. So then once he sold that money, sold his company and got his shmonies, that would have been around 1999. He ended up with $22 million of the share of his part. So I'm following the money trail here this morning. Then he comes in, and y'all know about the Tesla, the electric car, the wave of the future. But that really ain't where he really is making his money, or where he started to make his money. He actually started getting government subsidies. And once he started getting these government subsidies, he created SpaceX, which is worth billions. So he's making his money on government contracts that are worth billions. So why wouldn't he want to be in the political arena? It only makes sense to me. If you're going to follow the money trail, then you go where the money is. So I'm saying this to say that when you on the outside and you just a lay person like y'all are and I am, you don't know what's going on in your own government and what's going on behind closed doors. That's why I keep saying out here, everybody's Trump, 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 Trump. Trump did a lot of things already on day one, which he said he was going to do them. And I'm just sitting back waiting to see where is he going to go from here. It is predicted that Elon Musk will be the first trillionaire. And guess who is next? Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Instagram. Because these people have centered themselves around power and money. And when you do that, it's no way you're going to fail. We could never get there because we are not in those circles. That's why it's important to stay in your own lane, in your own circle. And as you move out of that circle, you start acquiring more if you move it into that power struggle. Money is controlling the world now as we speak. It is everything about the world now is about money. It's not bringing a lot of peace to a lot of people. It's not bringing any happiness whatsoever. Because if you haven't made what you need at this point in your life to survive for the rest of your life, you got a problem with other people who have. And I guess that's okay. You do what you want to. I think Tajista made a comment up here. Oxford says money grab is unprincipled acquisition of large sum of money with little effort. Okay. I don't know. I can't really comment on that, Tajista. Hey, Shatikwa, how you doing? In his service is saying, you're absolutely right. Elon is trying to run this country. Trump's a pawn in the game. I agree. Let me go down. I ask the Lord to steward my money wisely. A fool and his money will soon part. That is biblical. Yes, it is, Shatika. So you've been there. You've been in that book and you read that. And don't you see it to be true? You see people come up with money all the time. And then what happens? It's here today, it's gone tomorrow. It's just like that. Matt is agreeing. In his services saying it's Elon to watch. Elon has the money. Whoever has the most money, that is the one to watch. Trump has the presidential power, but he can be bought out too. For as long as he doesn't get in any trouble doing it. And there's no such thing as you can't get government contracts. This man was just smart enough to do it. Yep, a dictatorship of rich people. Tell it, Ms.V, you own it. Hold on to your money. You better hold on to it as best you can because we're in a struggle right now. I've always said if you only have $1 million, you ain't got no money these days. People be tripping over $1 million. $1 million? Girl, with the cost of houses, food, gasoline, just to live every day, you can spend $1 million quick. I guess if you never had access to any money, then maybe that is a big deal to you. But even if I have $1 million and I don't know how to invest it and spend it, I ain't gonna be with $1 million long. Hey, Miss Jean, how you doing? Shatika say signed a lot of executive orders. One, new child support law where whoever paying child support can claim the kids, not the one who's typically raised them. I saw that, and it's hurting the mother, Shatika, because she is the one, normally the mothers are the ones that's left with the children, whether it was from a marriage situation or just, got the child out of wedlock. However it is, the mother is raising the child. So if she's the one who has to pay the daycare and perhaps with a deadbeat father of her children, it ain't no guarantee she gonna get that money from him. Now, I was blessed in that situation where I garnished his wages because when men leave home for whatever reason and they get connected with another woman, suppose she got children in the house. You think he ain't going to help her with her children, but he ain't going to necessarily remember he has children. I wasn't finna go with that. When I went to court, I said, okay, I want to garnish his wages where I know for as long as he's working, that ain't my problem. I ain't got to be worried with that. And I did. And it went on until she graduated from high school. I got punished because she was very smart and she stepped out there at, I think she was 17. She had just made 17 in December when she graduated. She actually would have been a year behind, but she had taken college courses over at the College of the Mainland, me not realizing these were going to count for her in high school. They accepted them, which made her graduate a year early. I got punished by the system because my paper said until 18 or she finished high school, which by her finishing a year early, child support stopped a year early. Okay? So you got to be careful anytime you are looking at legal documents and signing off on legal documents. I had no idea at that time, she was 4 years old, that she was going to be a scholastic scholar and graduate a year early, and that even I would be punished by it. But when I sit down and I actually looked at it and I read it, that is what it said. So that is what you got to go by. It mattered not. I had prepared myself owning rental property where I could sell off one house at a time and get her through without having to make all those expensive student loans that she was going to need to get through college. So it's all good. But that is a sad situation, I think, to the mother, Shatika, to, hold on, y'all, to do her like that when you don't know what a man is going to do. Some men, they really, really could not make it with the woman, but they really support their children. And kudos to those who do, because it ain't every one of them leaving home that's going to do that. Rich people, dictatorship, socialism. And that's basically what it's coming down to. Great content, very high insight. Trophy. Thank you, in his service. Sting saying, yes, ma'am. Part of my research said Elon brought the election for Trump and now Europe is next. Sting, I went and I saw that, and it was saying that Elon rigged the system the last time. It didn't really help, but now all of this stuff is coming out. It wasn't right for him to be able to take the money and do it if he did it. I can't say he did or he didn't do it. I'm only saying what I read. And it also went on to say in the article that Elon is basically buying his way to his financial freedom of being the trillionaire he wants to be. And Europe could be next. I mean, when you got that much money, you got a whole lot of power to do a whole lot of things that normal, everyday, working class people are not able to do. So I thought it was pretty bold for somebody to even come out and write that. I don't know. It's like I'm just sitting here trying to put my brain and wrap my brain around the whole thing. And I can't figure it out. I mean, all I can see is follow the money trail and watch how things are going. And I've said that from day one, ever since he took office. I never got excited about it at all. I didn't watch the inauguration, but I saw a clip this morning that said 3 hours after he took his oath of office, that Elon went to the Capitol building and he threw up a Nazi sign. Now, did any of y'all watch the inauguration to see this? Because like I said, I did not watch it at all. But I saw the clip and I saw him throw up some kind of sign, but it was so quick it went up like that. A lot of people might have missed it. So they don't know if it was actually a facet sign or a Nazi sign. I didn't see it. Just saw the clip this morning. Really, for 4 years, Obama, Kamala, and those people just became the poor among this new constituency. Okay, hold on. Here we go. This is a in-your-face drain. Okay? We're going to go through some changes, people. We're going to go through a lot of changes. And people worrying about other people, what they got and what they don't have and all that stuff, baby, you are lost. If you don't know what's going on in the world right now and you ain't got no money and you ain't got no job and you ain't got no means of getting no money and you have nothing coming in, you think you lost. You're going to really be lost. You're going to be sitting out there on that cold ass street is what's going to happen. Nina, I'm good. How are you? Ms.V, thankful you brought this BS to the forefront. Keep exposing this in our face. People need to know. Good morning, D. Morgan, how are you? Sting is saying in Philadelphia, he held $1 million lottery for voters who signed the petition to vote for Trump and gave away over $277 million, I think they said. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Money walks. Bullshit. It's just that bullshit. I'm just going to put it to you straight up, just like it is. When you got 277 million to put a lottery out there for voters to sign a petition to vote for Trump, you got a lot of power and you got a lot of money. This little stuff out here on these YouTube streets, that's why, to me, it has become laughable now. I'm sorry, a lot of people's feelings were hurt out here unnecessarily, in my opinion. It could have been done in a different way, but it wasn't. So now I just have to look at it like it is what it is. Okay? And I don't pay these streets too much attention these days because of the new world order we're living in. Yes, this is a global problem. The dictators are aligning, North Korea and Russia. There was something about Russia, I didn't get a chance to read it this morning also, that was in the news. Snoop Dogg said, and I quote, "Why should I be mad at Trump? He didn't do anything to me. He pardoned my friend who was in jail for attempted on unalive, I guess you're saying, and drug trafficking." Snoop Dogg got paid. Him and Nelly, they didn't get up there just to be getting up there, okay? They got paid. Everybody that is associated around the new presidency and anything they're involved in, they are getting paid. Barbara P saying, yes, Ms.V, he did it. Miss Jean says she saw the clip. So do you think, Miss Jean, that was really a sign, a Nazi sign, or because I'm telling you, I had to go over it over and over and over, and it was like, so you had to catch it quick. Miss V, you own it. Keep watching how they do so we know how to posture. Good morning, Miss Cynthia. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. I appreciate that. She's going to catch the replay. This is no time to drop kick. Those who do are lost and blinded. They better open their eyes. I told you, it's going to be some rough 4 years out here. If he makes it all the way through for 4 years and he's doing so much in just one day, God, I just don't know. I don't. He signed so many executive orders in the first day, it was unreal. I don't know how it's going to affect us, but let me see. I wrote some of them down here because I knew I wasn't going to remember all this stuff. Hold on. Okay. He delivered his inaugural address after being sworn in. All right. Then he went in with the inaugural address. This is kind of a summation of it. Good morning, Miss Audrey. And he was promising that he would bring the United States back to the golden years. I had to stop right there and ask myself, what are the golden years? I mean, in his mind, I don't know. The problem is, what does that mean? Explain, please, what your interpretation of the golden years are. And he said he was going to rescue the nation from what he claimed was a decline. And you know, he doesn't take accountability for anything. So the decline, he's saying, was when the Obama Biden administration was in office. Now, I remember that when he was in office, we had a pandemic. But before Obama and Biden left office, did he not leave a book there? If this happens to come in the United States, this is the protocol. This is what you need to do. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm right. I know. I read it. And he got in office and said it was a hoax, even caught it himself, but got the best medication and bounced right back when millions of people were falling dead. My husband being one of them. Okay? You're talking about that hand signal that Elon Musk made. Yes, thing. Miss Jean said it was a Nazi sign. Okay. Danny boy, let's see. Playing Meg to shake her stuff on stage in stuff. Playing Meg to shake her stuff on stage in stuff. In his service, yep, Snoop is compromised. Sell out. A court gesture in this game of New World Order. 4 years of hell. It ain't gonna be easy. And that's all I keep saying. You think you can barely eat now? We all might be living off of one bowl of oatmeal before it's over with. While you out here tearing each other down, you better be trying to come together. Glad to see you. I gotta go. You look fantastic, Swagger. Thank you, in his service, for coming in. Good morning, Aaron. That birthright is an itch. What does it mean, retouch on? I don't know. That birthright is an itch, and he's sending ICE to Chicago. He hates mayor and governor. Mexicans here are advised to go in hiding. Smile. Wow. Well, he built the border wall. Nobody built that wall but him. But he didn't finish the border wall. But yet, Kamala is getting blamed for being the border czar. What was she supposed to do? Stand out there and capture everybody coming across 24 hours a day? No, he should have finished that wall. You started it, but you didn't finish it. And that is a big problem. And Mexicans in this area put him in here. They love him. But I don't know if it's going to be so lovable once they start sending their family back across. Sting says she saw that, Ms.V. Okay. You growing a garden? All right. Good morning, Upper Epsilon Empire. How are you? The world will be fine. I'm glad he is addressing immigration. Okay. So I want him to do a little bit more than just address it. I want him, if he's going to do something about it, don't just talk about it. I mean, actually finish the project now. That's just how I feel. It is an issue because we got a lot of people coming in that are living off of government money. Our government can't survive. It's going to go broke if you're giving out all of these contracts to just businessmen and citizens, and then you letting all of the immigrants in, and they're living off of the system, along with the people you already have here who are living off the system. I don't know how you fix that problem. That's my thing. Kimberly, good morning. Laughing, Biden built more than Trump. Okay, that's from Gramrock. Good morning. I understand he pardons over 50 persons involved with the January 6th riot and did. Do y'all feel like he should have pardoned people who went up in there and hurt people and people were unalive in the January 6th riot? How do you feel about that? Me, I say just open up all the jails and turn everybody loose if you're going to do that. Because there's people sitting in jail right now, been in there for years, 20, 30 years, back who were picked up in the maybe 70s for a gram of marijuana. And because they're poor or they in a poor state, they can't afford lawyers or whatever, they still there. They still serving. And yet marijuana is legal in many, many states. And even if it's not legal, you can go into places now and you can buy it. So, I don't know. Laughing, Knox's love Trump for this reason, says a Graham Rot. Kamala was a long shot. They didn't want Hillary. So why Kamala? I never really gave that too much thought. She was a long shot. I'll agree with that. Because she should have been in there from the very beginning. She didn't really stand a chance because Biden stayed in there too long. I fought the Democrats for that. And They didn't want Hillary. I don't know. I can't answer that. 1,500 Knoxes freed by Trump. Oh, wow, Grimrock. Let me call you just Grim because I'm messing up your name. Yes, we are hydro park growing upright. Okay. And Elon said for us, it will be suffering. That MOFO. I'm telling you, they ain't got no use for none of us. You go out there and you pay them taxes. That's what you do. I'm going to send the IRS for you. And while you out here so engaged in everybody else's life and in everybody else's business and your life is falling apart, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. You should have been listening to what I'm saying. You should have been taking care of your own business. You should have been taking care of your own household. But okay, you'll find out. Terrence Newman. Thank you, Trump. Immigration is out of control in California. Are you from Monroe? Are you kin to Betty Newman? Terrence? If so, we're not kin, but Betty married into my family. Okay. Biden pardoned his family. They all do it. Uh-huh. They do. And I would have too. In my opinion, if it had been me, I would have pardoned my son. Because if he can come and be president with 32 felonies, then I would have pardoned my son too. I ain't got no problem with that. And I agree, they do all do it. No, he shouldn't have pardoned all those people. I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. Some of those people had up to 20 years is what they had been given. But now it's all good. So as we rescue the nation from what he cleaned up, he said was a decline. That's what he's going to do when he gets in office. Again, we'll see. The problem is he began to decline under his administration. And whether he wants to take credit for it or not, it happened. Okay? The pandemic took the world backwards. So when a plan was in place to prevent it all along. All right? So in his speech, President Trump invoked familiar themes from his campaign trail, including immigration and economy. Hopefully, he will take care of the immigration problem that we have in the United States, and he'll uplift this economy because right now it's a F. We are all suffering from it. He had repeated attacks on the Justice Department and the federal government. Now, why they bickering and why he's doing attacks on people that he needs to be working with, I cannot answer that. He did not put his hand on the Bible. Did y'all see that? Now, I'm going to read to you. I had to go and research this. He does not have to put his hand on the Bible, but he chose to not do it. First of all, the Bibles were not up there when the Supreme Court Justice got ready to swear him in. Melania had the two Bibles. She had the Lincoln Bible and she had a family Bible that was given to him by his mother. So when she walks up, she's holding the Bibles. Go look at it. That is why she was 2 seconds or more behind him getting started. As soon as he got up there, he started. What did y'all think about the outfit that she wore? It was different for a first lady. It states all, this is what Article 5 states about him and that Bible. It states that all executive and judicial offices, both of the United States and of several states, shall be bound by oath of affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. So that told me right there that he did follow the law. He did not have to put his hand on the Bible. It has been traditional that most people who are sworn in raise one hand and put the other hand on the Bible. So I wanted to make sure I brought that out and got that cleared up for those who had an opinion of that. Because I'm not going to bash him one way or the other, but I'm going to bring out the things that are untraditional in what is going on in this administration and things that we need to be mindful of. No, socialism makes wrongs right. It got twisted severely. Trump's a narc clown. All he wants is attention. I would add more so he wants money. Trump has lost a lot of money and he's gone bankrupt quite a few times. And he doesn't have what his friend has. And before it's over with in the next 4 years, he'll be comfortable. He'll be where he wants to be. In his service, I fought Democrats too. I totally agree. Biden should have run and then resigned and gave the presidency to Kamala. I just don't think the way it was rigged, Steve, saying that he was going to win. He didn't do the first night of the debate, really told them that it was no way he was going to beat Trump. And because the world was the United States was in such bad disarray during his 4 years due to what had happened in the pandemic, I didn't see a win for him. If he had been a greater debater and not let Trump take over like he did, I mean, you got moderators up there to control it, and they couldn't control him. He answered what he wanted to answer. He went back and touched on things he wanted. He took over, in other words. So I couldn't see a win there. Today, they reported the pardon was 1,500 on Morning Joe. That was a lot of people when you stop and you think about it. Good morning, Pastor Thomas. I didn't realize there was that many people in there. I guess when I stop and think about it, it probably was because you had a lot of people in there working also. But to pardon 1,500, it's a lot of people. No, I don't know Tammy Brady. Mr. Who is that? Tam? I don't. T-Wife had a stern face on the majority of pictures taken. She didn't appear to be happy or enjoying the event at all. She was. She was very straight-faced. I love the hat she had on. It was more like a Western outfit for those who haven't seen it. And it was all black with just a little white trim on it from what I saw. Democrats did not strategize on this, but the fix was in it to me. It was all a joke. They waited too late. They didn't get that stuff together. They didn't come out. It was like a football game that you watch. If you don't strategize and watch the team that you're getting ready to play and look at the plays of how they played the games previously and come up with a strategy to win, you're not going to win. You got too many things going against you at this time in a football season. Anyway, icy conditions, playing outside in cold weather when you used to playing in hot weather. This reminded me of being the same thing when it came to the strategies of the Democrats. Hey, Quinn, love you back. Sharice, hi, good morning. How are you doing? You're new? Thank you for coming in. Please subscribe and hit the like button. It's free. We're on a virtual cruise ship out here sailing around the world, just picking up people and talking about topics. Most of the time, it's topics of interest that one of my subscribers will email me and say they want to talk about. Since he didn't put hands on the Bible, did he say that he affirmed during that process? Miss Audrey, you know, I didn't watch it. So everything I'm bringing to you is what I read after the fact. Sting is saying, Audrey, she always has a hard face. Quinn, Trump knew not to put his hand on that Bible. I give him that. I wouldn't either if I was a crook. Well, I guess you can't call him a crook if he's got 32 counts as a felon. And he was able to slide through that, and then he was able to get in the White House. And I knew he was going to pardon those people if he got in there. He owed those people that. He's the one who told them people to go down there, and he would be down there shortly and never went. That was all. Now you can look back and see. How did he form all those people and gather all those people and convince all those people to go do what he did, what they did? Yes, it's the money. I totally agree, Ms.V. He's preserving his money. God got to kick their ass. I'm going to wait on the twist. Oh, it's coming. News said it was gangster, okay? Her outfit, every time Trump tried to hold her hand, Melania pulled away. I've seen that before. And he normally walks in front of her. And that's not unusual either if you're of some faiths. The women do walk behind the men. But I don't even know what religion he is. Biden used to be one of the best debaters in Washington, so it really showed how much he has declined respectfully. Yes, and he was there for a very, very long time, and you have to give him credit. He did get a lot done in his career in Washington. He was able to pull from both sides of the fence. He stayed kind of in a neutral position where people really did like him, and to stay there that long says something. Audrey, yes, he did say he affirmed to the oath, says Quinn. Wonder if his youngest daughter, where they don't have a good relationship. You must be talking about Elon. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Trump or are you talking about Elon? Because Elon doesn't have a good relationship with his now daughter who has made a change. She started off as male and now she is female. They don't have a good relationship at all. So I'm not sure if you're talking about Trump or if you're talking about Elon in this case. Fact check Google. He did not affirm just now. Okay, so she's saying he didn't affirm in his service. So I read to you about the Article 5 that he did not have to put his hands on the Bible. T. Wife said she and her son will be living in New York and not the White House, Ms.V. T's youngest daughter. Oh, okay. Well, she stayed there for a long time, the last time in New York, because she said it was about Byron until she got him out. Well, he's in college this time around. So, I don't know. I have no clue. Trump is German and Scottish, says Sting. Okay. So I told you he put his hands on the Lincoln Bible. I mean, he didn't put his hands on the Lincoln Bible or the Bible that had been given to him by his mother. So did you catch where Vance came up and his wife was holding two Bibles? Did anybody see him put his hand on the Bible either? Just asking. So he goes on that he made his final remarks saying that he was saved by God to make America great again. I've always had a problem with that statement. How are you going to make it great again when it's always been great, in my opinion? I don't understand that statement. It says for decades they denied their Scottish roots, claiming to be Scandinavian. Trump family is immigrants. How you like that? And so is hers. Melania's is too. She's an immigrant. Still no blacks on the cabinet and probably won't be. You had one the last time, the heart doctor, but this time you probably won't. They are not in that money pool with them. So if he even puts one in there, it's going to be a token. And you're going to do what we tell you to do. I saw where he put, what's his name? Rubio. He's already resigned his position and he's going to be Secretary of State. I saw something else interesting too that I did not know about. That Mr. Trump also has his own God Bless America Bibles, which are sold for $59.99 each. Never heard that before, never seen it. He wasn't saved. They set that up to everything we see is not as it appears. And that's fact. That's fact. When Trump was signing executive orders, someone asked what him and Obama was talking about at the funeral, and he said Obama was having a crazy conversation and alluded Obama was Republican now. Well, I saw something about that, Quinn, and it really chapped Kamala's butt. She sat on the first seat, and she had that grim look on her face, and she kept kind of looking side-eye at them. What I saw, it was on TikTok. It was something that came across TikTok saying that Trump was telling him something about what some Republican had done. And Obama's reply to him was, why are you telling me? I'm Democrat. So you don't know, and you never will. If it didn't get caught on a hot mic, you will never know what they were really talking about. Go back up. Down. His wife was born in Yugoslavia. Okay. Biden even pardoned Dr. Fauci because T said he was going to charge him and others. And that was a good thing too, because had it been not for the black lady who came up with the vaccine to help try to control the virus, and Dr. Fauci, Lord, I guess the whole world would be dead. Because, like I said, he never owned it, that it was a real virus. And what's sad now is to go past so many graveyards that used to go out there to visit. And it struck me when I was going home. I passed by Richwood Memorial Cemetery going to my house back home. And I always look over there because it's a lot of people buried over there that I know. But the last time I went home, there were people buried all the way down to the ditch bank. They had to buy more acreage, and that was all due to COVID. And that was a pretty big cemetery. They weren't going to let Kamala be president with a Jewish husband. Her husband supplies the voter machines. The whole world to me just seems like it's going to hell in a handbasket. I just don't know, like I said, where are we going from here? We just going to have to wait, and we're going to have to see. So like I told you, Marco Rubio went into his position as Secretary of State. Overall consensus, 99-0 vote. There has already been a State Department shakeup. It's like step aside. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. The shakeup has affected about 20 State Department officials, including career diplomats and career officials. The Secretary of Energy is gone. Bye-bye, John Bass. He served 3 terms, but he's out of there now. It was said that it was no finer foreign service officer in this generation other than John Bass. So we have to thank him for serving, but he's no longer needed under the Trump administration. Now they're trying to figure out where to reassign individuals affected by the orders that could take several months. Where are these servicemen going to be placed? That's a burden. That's a strain on them and their families, not even knowing where they're going to be. So we again have to watch, wait, and see. Trump has already signed a flurry of executive actions and memos in day one. 200 to be exact, as of yesterday. These are actions, memorandums, and proclamations on his first day. Undoing Biden's administration mandates, calling it his America First policies. Remember, you heard it first here. The first documents that were signed, how he did it in order. He established his cabinets. Nothing wrong with that. Sub-cabinet appointments. Okay. Acting leaders of departments and agencies. Proclamation that all flags be flown at full staff on Inauguration Day. Now, you know that Carter had passed away. So, therefore, that's why the flags were flown at half staff. But he had a problem with it. So he put in an executive order that they be flown at full staff. This is the first time this has ever happened. And I don't know why that would have been so important to me, but obviously it was important to him. We just going to have to pray our way through these 4 years. Good morning, Miss Vivian. How are you? In the chat, Ms.V, the world seems like it's on a one-way track to hell. I'm not going. I'm with you, Miss Vivian. We'll hold hand in hand and we'll walk in a different direction. Ms.V, it's the shattering of the American dream. We are a controlled dictatorship and facets, says in its service. T can't pardon Giuliani because his cases were civil. I had forgot all about him, Miss Audrey, but that man went out on a limb for him as his lawyer. I would love to know, what has he done for him? Okay, he did clemency for the January 6th offenders and defendants. Get this, a full pardon for about 1,500 people involved in the January 6th, 2021 Capitol assault. I've asked, how do you feel about it? Just a handful of January 6th won't receive full pardon, pending review. He committed the sentences of over a dozen members of the far right, the Oath Keepers, several of whom had received the stiffest sentences. Some of these people had up to 22 years. So we just got to hold on, people. Hold on just a little bit longer. Keep praying. Don't give up. I mean, we still got life. We got to live. Hopefully, with all that has been done just in a few days, that we don't get so stressed out about any of it. Because it's going to be what it's going to be. And we have to remember that God is in control of all of this. And we've seen things in our lifetime that have come about to pull us back together again. The problem is we don't stay. I've watched hurricanes come through this area where people who didn't even speak were eating together for a day or two. And then they went right back to their lifestyles again. So we don't want to be like the people walking through the wilderness blind, not seeing what's really going on in the world, not getting a grip to this is going to be a new world order. This is going to be a new way of living. We all are going to have to make changes if you're going to survive this, because you're definitely not going to survive it on just picking and bullying. Those days are over. And if you still out here doing that, you're getting behind. I suggest you try to run a faster race and keep up. Let me see. Did I get all my comments? Ms.V, bravo. You are only a commentator that brought this to YouTube. The only commentator that brought this to YouTube. There must be future content on this. It's just the beginning. As it comes forth, we'll come out, we'll discuss it, and we'll at least keep people abreast of what's going on in the world, because it's way bigger than what is being said and done out here on YouTube. I'm sure if the Carter family knew he was going to change the flag flown, I would have told him, you are not welcome at the funeral. It's my understanding that he was given a little talk also about what the family expected of him at the funeral. Now, I don't know why Michelle didn't attend the funeral with her husband, but I do know that all eyes were on the sitting presidents, vice presidents, and Kamala and her husband. And I saw a lot of shade with not even shaking hands, eye rolling, side jabs. If these are the people that have been in government, are in government, have run the country, we're in bad shape, people, because they're not even together. And the ones that are together are changing the world to be what they want to. It's like a takeover. This has been my commentary for today. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you for hitting the like button. Thanks to the new subscribers over here. We'll be back later with another great topic. Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful day and stay warm. Love you much. Have a great day.